Hello and welcome. In this video, I'm going to show you how to determine the company expenses and also the departmental expenses using Vlookup, Xlookup, index and match, Sumproduct, and Sumif. So in all these five small tables. So before we do that, I would like us to create the name ranges for the different companies and different departments. So to do that, we select this table here, then click on Formulas tab, then create from selection, then select the top row, then click OK. So that creates the name ranges. So I would also like to create the department name range, so starting from B to H. So you select those cells from B to H, then in the name box type departments. Then the table starting from A3 to I7, I would like to call that companies. So then enter. Then in this table here, we shall create the data validation so that we can have drop-down menu. So the same we shall do with departments. So in the company here, we shall create a data validation by pressing Alt DL, then Tab L tab, then press F3, select company, then click OK, then click OK. So then select the company, any of the company there. So do the same with departments, so that is Alt DL, then Tab L tab, press F3, select departments, then click OK, click OK. So that creates a drop-down menu here for all the departments. So the same data validation we shall use in other tables, so we can copy that in other tables. So that is Control C, then select the cells here for the other four tables, then Control V to paste. So that creates the same drop-down menu for the different tables as shown there. So the next thing will be to start with Vlookup. So I have another table here. So for the departments and the column index. So the column index represent the column for each department. So HRM is in column 2, ICT column 3, and so on. So here I will select from here, from M2 up to M8. Then I will call that one column index. And then we enter. So then slightly above the department here, I will type in Vlookup, then the lookup value is this cell here, so that is B12. Then press F4, then the table array, so that is the table array, will be the column index. Then column number is column number 2. So that is, we have 2 columns here. So this is 1 and this is 2. So therefore, here we are looking for the column number 2 value, then exact match. So you type in 0, close the bracket and enter. So that tells you ENV or environment there is in column 5. So if you select any other, so the value there will change. So ENG is in column 6. Then in this cell, we are going to type Vlookup. So Vlookup, then lookup value is the company. So press F4 to lock that cell, comma, then press F3 to select companies. So that is, as you can see, it selects all the cells there, then comma, column index now is this cell that we have created here. Press F4 to lock it, then comma 0 for exact match, then close bracket. So that gives us the finance expenses for company number 3. So if you select any other department, so for example agriculture, so you get that. If you select public health department, so you get that. So here, let me now get the total. So we type total here. So total expenses for company number 3, which is the value here for company number 3. So to do that, so that it is dynamic, so again we shall use Vlookup. So is equal to Vlookup, select the company, press F4 to lock that cell, then select companies. So by pressing F3, so select companies, then click OK, then comma, so that is now in column index 9. So you just enter 9, comma 0, then close the bracket and enter. So it gives you the value for company 3. So that is it with the Vlookup. Then this one, now you can hide this cell by pressing Control close bracket, or that is Control 0. Let me undo that, so that we press on Control 9, not Control 0. So Control 9 to hide the row, so that way. So then in this other table, we shall now use the Xlookup. So we select any other department here, or can just select PhD there. Then in the expenses cell, so you enter Xlookup, then lookup value again is the company. So press F4 to lock it, then lookup array is the company. So you press F3 and select company. So then click OK. So then comma, so return array. So now we want the department here to be returned. So then you select or you enter indirect, then you select this cell, then press F4 to lock it, close the bracket, then if not found, so you put the quote marks. So that is, you put the quote marks there, comma 0 for exact value, then close the bracket. So that way, so that is, it gives you that value. So then for the company, you use again the Xlookup. So lookup value is the company, and then lookup array, so is company. So press F3 to select company, then click OK. Then the return array will be the total. So that is the total, which is this value here. So here, so then comma 0, close the bracket, then enter. So now if you select any of the company there, so for example company 2 there, so you get those values. So that way, so if you check ICT, so you'll see that value. And for company number 2, so the total is 381,975. So let us move on to the other small table, the third one. So here we shall use index and match. So we shall say that is equal to index. So then the array there for the index will be the department. So you select that value, but you need to use indirect so that it can return the array. So here we select this cell for department, press F4, close the bracket, comma. So here we have match. So we shall match with the company, so select company, then comma, lookup array is the company, so press F3, select company, then click OK, then comma 0, close the brackets twice, then enter. So that gives you the value there for environment and PhD. So environment is that value. So then we have a PhD there, ICT, and so on. So that is for company 3. So if we put company 2, so we get that value, company 4, and so on. So we shall use the same formula here for the total. So here we have the total. So is equal to index and match, then return array. So there we have the total. So that is the total expenses. So then comma, and then that is match. So lookup value is the company, then comma, press F3 to get the company, that is array, then comma 0, close the bracket twice and enter. So you have for company number 4, so which is the value here. So if you select any other department, so you get a different value. If you select the company, so you get a different value, and so on. So in the fourth table here, now we use Sumproduct. So is equal to Sumproduct. So then select the array. So here now we have the company and the department. So we select that is the first array, so which should be the company. So press F3, so select the company, click. So that is company is equal to, so this cell here, and then here we use the asterisk, close the bracket, indirect, first bracket, then select the value here, close the bracket. So then close the bracket again and then enter. So that gives you the value for finance. So if you select any other value, so you get that. For company, you can select any other company. So we shall use the same formula here for company. So that is Sumproduct. Then select, that is another bracket. So you put, you press F3, select company. Then that should equal to this cell here for the company. Close the bracket. Then use asterisk. First bracket, need the total. And then enter. So therefore that gives you the company number 2. So if you select company number 5, so you have that value. So that is for Sumproduct. So now let us use the Sumif function. So for the Sumif function, so here we shall enter Sumif. So that is Sumif. Then the range is the company. So that is the company. So you select company, then click OK. Then the criteria will be this cell here, then comma, some range. So that is, this will be now the department. So you use indirect, and then you select this cell, and then close the bracket again, and enter. So that gives you the value for ICT in that department. So if you select company number 2, so you have that. So for the total, again, so we shall use the same, that is the same function, that is Sumif. So then here, so I put equal sign. So then we get the range. So the range will be the company. So select company, and then comma, criteria is this cell here, comma, sum range is the total. Then close bracket and enter. So that gives you the total for company number 2 as shown there. So let us now select company number 1 for each table here. So on the same department. So for example, we choose the finance department. So company number 1, then choose finance. So again here, company number 1, then choose finance department. So the same with this one. So we select finance. So company number 1. So then finance department. So as you can see, all the values are the same with the different formulas. So thank you for watching my video. See you in my next videos, and please subscribe.